All right.
Your mic is super loud. Yeah, your mic is way the fuck up. Now I can't hear you at all.
I also cannot hear.
What about now?
That's much better.
No, that's worse. Now we can actually hear him.
Your mic was just picking up like every little bit of background noise before. All right.
Think I'm here. I'm pretty sure.
Does it look like a cave?
More or less.
Alright, well that's nice. Then I would surmise that you are in fact there. Alright, is everyone else in the game?
I am.
I believe so.
Sweet. And then if nobody has any objections, I elect that we get started.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. Alright, awesome.
All good.
Does anyone need a recap of what happened last week?
I snuck through the cave and killed people.
Alright, that sounds scarily accurate to what happened, because that is, in fact, exactly what happened. There was a gold mine being overrun by a bunch of bandits, and y'all, how do we say, you exterminated the bandits, as a cat exterminates mice. And at the very end of the last session, you spooked one of the guys in this area of the cave, and he ran down there into that section down there.
Got it.
And there doesn't seem to be a lot of noise coming from that part of the cave. They seem to have stopped in preparation for attack.
All right. So, does anybody remember? Did we clear this northern fork up here?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been up there already because there's a lantern still on, and I thought we'd turned all those off.
I'm pretty sure we did. I can go check. Yeah, I think that's where it connects to that other spot that I snuck out.
Okay. This is where bandits jump out and grab you, and suddenly the party split.
Yeah, go ahead and stop right there, please, Elentia. You most certainly did not explore this part, and there's a guy waiting right there to chop your ghoulies off.
God damn it. Wow.
So let's see here. Since you literally just walked up in there, were you prepared for action?
Yeah, I'm sure I had my daggers out.
Okay. Then in that case, I'll give him a surprise attack against you. And then combat can resume as normal. Which,
Okay.
luckily he's an idiot because he misses. Apparently his hand was shaken a bit too bad and you're able to easily sidestep his swipe with his little short sword he's got there. So go ahead and give me initiative.
Oh, you want me to roll initiative?
Yeah. I hate when this happens. It cuts the menus off at the top of the screen. There we go.
So, have the rest of us? I assume we haven't heard anything at this point.
Go ahead and make me a perception check, all y'all. Do you mean from the north part where Elentia is, or down from the south where the spooked guy is?
I'd like to say yes.
Sweet. Make a perception for either one. Well, you know, it's a cave, it's pretty dark. you seem to surmise that most of the pickaxing noise has stopped. Like there's no one else banging on any of the ore veins. But you don't hear anybody scream. You don't hear any unsheathing weapons or anything like that.
Okay.
So in the meantime, oh no. I'm really debating if I want to use this natural die roll or if I want to fudge that one. I'm gonna say since he surprised you, I'm gonna keep it. But note that I feel really, really bad about it. He's going to make a second attack at you after his first one failed so miserably. And there is something special about this attack, let me tell you. Because he finds exactly where your heart is and stabs you right there for a blistering 8 points of damage. Because this lucky son of a bitch just got a critical hit.
Yeah, I'm dying. So I'm lying down on the floor of the cave in a pool of blood.
Right. And luckily I'm going to say that unbeknownst to the rest of the party, or maybe known to them, I don't really know, I'll say that you scream as you go down, and everyone else roll perception to see if you hear it. Please, please hear it. Oh my god. Anyone else hear it? Everyone else, please give me a perception check. I really don't want her to die. This started off so wrong. Oh no! I'm the one who's disconnected. Alright, sorry about that. My
really don't
internet
know what
chose the
happened.
worst time to disconnect. It was incredibly cinematic because Torval, you rolled a natural 1, then I was like, anybody else want to roll perception? And it was just silence. I thought, okay. Like, after a minute, she doesn't come back, and then my computer said that I disconnected. I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, so luckily,
Yep.
Chantal, you and Mr. Menhir-of-the-Plains, you hear, like, a blood-curdling shriek coming from the north passage that Elentia had just walked into. All appears to be, as it was over on that southern cavern, though. They don't appear to have shifted in any major way.
Are we in like combat? Should we roll initiative before we move, or
Yeah, I think that'd be best. Just to settle the amount of time that it is before Elentia bleeds out, and for her to make saving throws and all that. Alright, perfect. Now, descending order, and take it away, Chantal.
All right, I am immediately going to use, I'm just going to sprint.
Sounds like a good idea.
Let me just get my handy dandy measuring tool out here. I can make it about there.
Alright, I encourage you to go for it.
Boop.
Woo! Alright. And I'll say we'll skip this guy's turn because he just used it for nefarious purposes. So now, Mr. Menhir-of-the-Plains.
Okay, I'm going to try my kitty sprint.
that's exactly what it's called? I love it.
That's what it's called now.
That didn't work. Let me see if I can the other one. Yeah, that'll have to do. But yeah, I have feline agility. I can like double my speed basically.
Right, go for it.
Yeah, it looks like I'm able to run across the entire cavern.
All right.
So I imagine I get to like here and I see the body.
That's not the body.
Wow. Are you feeling
Ah!
good already?
That is not a compliment on your looks.
Jeez, I knew I should have put makeup on today.
You look good in red.
I see the hideous corpse in front of me. Oh wait, that's my teammate.
Dude. We're gonna have words later.
They won't be friendly ones. So do you actually make it to where you can see her?
Yeah, I do.
Is it actually her, Grayson?
Is it someone
Could
who's
it
actually-
be? It's new player models. It might just be weird blonde woman. I don't know.
Maybe he has the thing where he can't recognize faces.
Oh, yeah.
Adam has that.
I'd just like to ask you, as a concerned bystander, is there anything not wrong with the way that he sees things? Like he's got partial
Honestly,
color
not
blindness, can't recognize faces. Is there anything else weird we should know about?
Right.
I wear contacts at a negative 5.5,
He is colorblind and he's face blind.
I have no
and I'm almost real blind.
I have no idea what the negative 5.5 thing means.
Hey, that's my prescription. That's my prescription too. I can't talk.
It's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like what 2300 vision?
I don't know. I would have to like go and look it up,
Oh,
but it's
like-
bad. If I take my glasses or contacts out, I can't read because I have to hold my face too close to the book to actually make out a whole line.
Like all at once? Oh, I thought I was bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I have to like hold it so close to my face that I have to move the book back and forth to make it from the beginning of the line to the end.
Maybe that's what it is. It's not that you can't recognize faces, it's that you can't even see the person's face.
Right? You're all just blurs.
Like you can make out hair colors, that's about it. Alright, so men here, are you able to reach all the way up to her?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Alright.
Double.
You can if you'd like to, but you don't have to.
Yeah, it's 120 feet. I'll move up next to her.
And you, since you're right up there, you see this guy who just gave her the old 1-2. So be prepared for that. Anything else you'd like to do?
Alrighty.
I guess you can't really do anything else because you dashed up to get her.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just catching my breath, probably.
Lame. Alright. Now it's Stone and River.
So I'm also going to use Kitty Cat Sprint
Good thinking.
and use the dash action as well, which gives me 120 movement for this turn. So that's 80, 105. I can go 15 more. So that's as far as I can get. And I don't think I have a clear shot at the guy in the room, and I couldn't do anything with it anyway. So I guess that will be my turn, just to make it right here.
Alright. So now that you've done, go ahead, Elentia, and give me a death saving throw. And just so you know, for the record, before you roll either a 1 or a 20, we're using, I think, the rule we use in the game that I play in, which is a 1 counts as 2 fails, or a 20 counts as 2 successes.
Oh, fun.
So it's not instant death or instant life, but it's a pretty big swing in either direction. Well, that's why you have friends. Anything you'd like?
Alright, so One failure.
Would you like your death rattle to be anything extravagant or?
I'm just sitting there looking pissed that Torval brought me here.
I don't know who this Torval guy is. My name is Stone in
He
River.
sounds incredibly handsome though.
Absolutely.
It would be a lie.
Right, now
Come on,
it's
you're saying I don't see good and I don't look good? Jeez.
I mean, you're the one who can't see, so.
got him. Chantal, you're up.
Outstanding. Stupid cats and their stupid ability to run quick.
Right? You're gonna be way back there for a while.
You know what? I don't need the sass. I'm also like, can't see a darn thing. I think I'm on the edge of the map.
I think you've clipped into the map. Hold on. Boom.
Oh, there we go.
Meld with stone. It's a new advanced spell.
That would be incredibly good for navigating caves. We'll have to keep that in the back of our mind for Silva.
Druids have something kind of similar, that they do with trees.
Dude,
All right, peasants, I'm here.
don't let me know what druids do with trees. I don't want to hear that. Dude, this is a PG Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Yeah, right.
You're right, it's absolutely not. That guy, one of the guards, cursed up a storm. Right, so we're able to get right up next to him, and
Can I see her?
I'll say if she's in your line of sight, then yes. Unfortunately, I can't see where you're seeing right now. But
Yeah, I can see her character
Alright.
portrait, like her token.
if your concern is that you won't be able to see her through Menhir-of-the-Plains, then don't worry, you're able to see both of them.
Okay, I was gonna say that would be a very
Yeah.
fat cat.
Unless the cat is 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide, which I don't believe is the case.
Well, in that case, I can do my bonus action to cast Healing Word on her and bring her back up.
Sure. I mean, if you want to waste a heal spell. Hey, you know what? At least she's not bleeding out, so she is stabilized at 4 hit points.
She's up. That's all that matters.
Technically alive is the best kind of alive.
I'm just gonna lay here quietly.
I'm just gonna pretend to die.
I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed, take a nap.
Well, now it's this guy's turn, and he is madly confused about what's just happened. There's been a clambering of bodies. There's another cat guy over here. There was some kind of magical energy that flew into Elentia. And she's still the only one that this guy's able to hit. So he's just gonna, like, give a mental shrug. And he is going to kick a person while she's down. Because I assume a 16 gets through armor.
Damn it.
On the plus side, though, he appears to be a little perturbed about all of the magical energies running around, and he only hits you for 1 damage. It's like he's really experiencing every end of the spectrum here. And then it is Menhir's turn.
Okay, and I think the best thing to do is to throw acid in his face.
Go for it, and make sure you don't accidentally hit your companions.
I should be okay, because they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I guess that would be okay. Alright, this guy needs a 13. No whammies. Alright. And finally, something finally works against this guy. So you wave your hands in some sorceress nonsense.
Either that or it's like a hairball. Just a really bad one.
If it's got like some stomach acid up with it when they brought up the hair. So it's not like any magical
Yeah.
acid, it's just like stomach acid. But either way, it's quite effective against him as he yells in the pain of the acid coming at him.
I hate to say it, but that's a really interesting reflavoring of that attack.
I think it's appropriate for a cat, and it's cantrip, so I can do it all the time.
Yes, it also seems appropriate. Like, it's not more out of the realm of possibility than sprinting up like twice as far as anything else. So, fuck it, I'll keep it. It's like a half magic hairball. Right, anything else you'd like to do?
I think I'm pretty happy with that.
All right, then Stone and River.
So I'm going to go ahead and, assuming that they allow me to pass through their squares, I'm going to run past Elentia. That's right,
Elentia.
Elentia, and Menhir to move up here.
I'll allow it.
And I would have drawn my weapons either while running or
Yeah, I'm not going to penalize you for that. If you're
while
in a
passing
cave,
them there.
I'll assume that they're always in your hands. Because it would be pretty stupid for adventurers to not be armed whenever it makes sense to be armed.
Right. So, and then I will make my attacks.
Oh, lovely.
So I stab him with the pointy end.
Alright, and you're very successful about that as well. But unfortunately not ultimately successful because he's still partially alive.
Oh, damn it.
I should have made a chart for critical fails. Oh well.
Hush, Magnus. You're fine. Go lay down.
Well, this guy's...
Um,
Since it...
do you want the one that I was using? I can find it for you in a minute here.
No, it's fine. I'll just assume that since there's 3 of you, your teammates probably wouldn't let anything go horribly wrong. So, you just feel incredibly bad about that attack. Like, the form was sloppy. Maybe you're still a little bit out of breath from running so fast. You're a bit out of shape, you're flabby, you've got to hit the gym.
That's probably it.
Yeah. It's a bit of a bad day, but nothing you won't get past with a few sit-ups. And now we're at Elentia's turn.
Okay, dog, let's go outside.
I am going to try and like just sit up and just kind of like drag myself back here against the wall so I'm farther away. And then I am going to use... Where is it? The one and only healing potion I have in my possession.
Alright, go for it.
2d4 plus 2. Six. I'll take it.
You take a swig of the potion and practically glow with health.
Right, I'm back to 9, so I love it. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sit there and
So catch your breath,
recoup,
take a breather.
right?
Alright,
She didn't know that I didn't die.
so now it's Chantal's turn.
All right. Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm gonna stab him.
Huh? Easy
Stabby,
peasy.
stabby.
So you say.
Don't forget, we're still level 1. Stabbing is not all that easy yet.
It's not.
I mean, it was easy before. You've, like, padded the stats on me. Alright, well, he kind of caught you by surprise because you weren't able to see him from around that corner. So you imagined he'd be somewhere else. Your aim was just a little bit off. And he was able to sidestep the swipe. Which, unfortunately, means it's back to Mr. McStabbington's turn. So he's going to take a left at the tabaxi that just stepped all up in his domain. And, man, let me tell you, he used up all of his good mojo on that one attack. Because he's going to take a swing at you with his short sword, and you just, like, easily avoid it. You step out of the way.
Haha!
And now it is Menhir's turn.
And I imagine I have like a little bit of acid left in my throat, and I'm just gonna plop, 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 and just spit it out real quick.
Oh, finally.
Quick correction. I accidentally had my shield marked as being worn, so my AC is actually a 15 right now, not a 17.
That's fine, because he never tried to hit you. If it came up at any point previous,
Oh, okay.
whatever.
Sorry.
You pretty much sneak attacked everybody there was to attack, so...
You're welcome.
I'm not terribly worried about it. Thank you for the heads up, though.
No problem.
Yeah, okay, so he has to roll to save.
Bob, how would you like to do it?
I imagine it just gets on his feet and he gets really disgusted in some way and dies from it.
He just dies out of spite. Like, these are my new shoes.
Yeah.
Fuck this, I'm out. Blech. Well, that takes care of everyone up in this portion of the cave. So, I'll take you all out to combat so you can decide what you'd like to do.
I'd like to look over at Elentia. I thought you said you already checked this part.
I'm in a cave. I got turned around, man. Jeez.
Because every now and then we get a little bit lonely.
Turn around.
White eyes. Water saved me.
Well, at least you survived. I guess we can go back to where we were and see if they've rallied their forces any now.
All right.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Also, look at the body real quick.
Well, it turns out this guy was just a poor miner, just like the rest of the poor miners. So, the most valuable things he had on him were probably his clothes. The sword is rusty and dented, it's chipped a little bit.
Yeah, okay, I won't worry about that then.
His shoes were okay, but you doused those with acid, so...
Probably
job,
don't fit the cat feet.
And he's only got 2 of them. Would Tabaxi wear
and-
shoes on their hands? Or only on their back legs?
Before I forget, we are going to have some awesome stealth adventures, guys. With all this dark vision, high dex sneakiness.
Sneaky snakes.
All right, I don't see anybody left in this room. Do we want to try sneaking into the next room?
They know we're here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, then I guess there's no point sneaking. Should we just sprint into the next room?
Careful approach in the next room.
Well, I did hire you all for your expertise, so.
Right, so you'd like to sneak in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's at least sneak up to the entryway and see if we can scope it out before we go in. So I'll roll stealth and see if I can sneak up there.
Right, go for it.
Not very well, apparently.
Likely they don't seem to have noticed you yet. You don't hear any movement up in front of you.
Gotcha. And from here, out of character, I can see them, but in character, I wouldn't be able to yet.
Correct.
So I'd probably have to take another step up here, and then I think I'd be able to spot that guy who's staring right at me from 5 feet away.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet he sees you, so go ahead and roll initiative.
You want all of us to roll initiative?
Only if you plan to attack anything.
I do.
So as I come around the corner and I see 2 guys and maybe another one at the back of the room, I'm going to go ahead and put my short sword away and switch to my shield in my offhand.
Right.
That is okay.
I'll allow it.
So now my AC actually is 7. I'm not lying like I was before.
It's 7? That's not good. Sending. Alright. So even though Stone and River is leading this expedition into this room of the cave, it's Elentia who reacts first to the danger.
Hell yeah. Alright, so. Oh, what do I want to do? I step around stone real quick. Come right here. I've got my 2 daggers in hand. And so I attack. Do you want me to roll twice for the 2 daggers, or just take whatever the roll is?
I'd prefer if you roll twice.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Alright, how would you like to do it? What?
I slash at the guy first in the stomach with the first one, the first dagger, and then I go in to stab him in the neck with the second one.
Nice. And that takes care of bandit number 1. Anything else you'd like to do? You can still move a little bit if you want.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Alright. Now, Menhir.
Alrighty. Now I can see Bandit. So I'm gonna try Firebolt on this guy.
Which one? The bowman up here?
Yes.
Alright. Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Now, since you tried to catch that firebolt, like, on the run, your aim was a little bit off, so he's able to move out of the way before he gets a face full of fire.
Didn't hit an ally. Still good.
We appreciate it. Don't burn my fur.
Better. Right, so now it's this dude right here. This guy comes out from around a stalactite. Sorry, stalagmite. Those are the ones on the ground. Charging right at Elentia, who came in to his domain first, and he takes offense to that.
Like you do.
But he like misjudged the distance. He like planned his attack as you were still coming in, like tracking a football through the air. And his aim was also a little bit off. It pings off of one of the studs in your armor.
Ding.
So now it's Chantal.
Yay. There they are. Okay. I am going to cast Vicious Mockery on the guy who just charged at my good friend and tell him he's not important enough for a specific insult.
Oh, damn. It's the worst kind of insult. Wisdom save. Ow. Well, unfortunately, he's pretty confident in himself that he is most certainly worth a more specific insult. So the mockery doesn't seem to have any tangible effect on him.
Ah.
Anything else?
That's all she wrote.
Alrighty, so now it's Stone.
I would like to slide up here between the two of them, and I would like to rage.
I'll bet you would.
And keeping my shield up, I'm going to attack the first one with my rapier and try to keep them distracted from hitting my slightly squishier companion.
Quite a noble... Jesus, me!
That's right. Don't you hit my friends.
Damn.
How would you like to do that?
I think that I would just jump between the two of them with cat-like grace and reflexes. And as I land, just skewer him right through the eye.
Excellently done.
I'll never make that roll again.
Blat.
Yeah, you need to screenshot that shit.
It's like a... That's a 1 in 400 chance. Dude, just make another 400 rolls. Easy. Or keep throwing combat at say until it happens.
All right, so I've maintained my rage.
Sweet. Yeah, you most certainly have.
I guess. Carry on. Sorry.
Carrion? I'm more of a... Shit, I was gonna make like some bird of prey joke, then I lost it. Thanks. This guy now jumps out from behind the pillar because he saw you just brutalize his bestest buddy in the whole wide world. And he's going to attempt to do to you what you did to him. Guessing a 16 does not make it past armor.
Negative. Now that I have my shield up,
Dang it.
thank goodness I switched to that.
Yep, thank goodness, because his attack just buries his scimitar into your shield. And he just retches it out, angry that he hadn't hit any flesh. And now it's Sir Bowman's turn. He's going to line up a shot at Elentia, because once again she was the first one in the room. You fool. Does a 15 make it past armor?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and take me 3 damage.
Okay.
Alright. The arrow unfortunately finds itself buried in your leg, in the nice squishy thigh meat. But at least you have the chance to retaliate against somebody, as it's your turn.
So which one shot me? This one?
This one over here.
Okay. I'm gonna step over his dead friend. Come over here. And since I have my dagger still out, do the daggers.
Tap. Alright. The first one slashes him right across the hand that's holding his bow, where the second one hits him right in the lung. So he's very quickly bleeding out, although you're surprised to see that he's still clinging on to his last dregs of life.
He's a tough bastard. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. And now it is back to Menhir.
Okay, and I'm gonna use some of my special magics and cast a Chaos Bolt
Whoa.
at the one closest to me. Oh, hey, nice, it'll hit.
Most certainly does it.
At least I hope it will. Yeah, it looks like oh, I rolled 2 4s, didn't I?
What?
Oh
yeah, 2 4s.
One of the special things about it, yeah. So I does force damage and it also jumps the next guy possibly. So I have to roll that again real quick.
Leaps to a different creature within 30 feet. Yeah. Make a new attack against that one. And the only one alive is this one. So.
Okay, now it was an only 8 versus his AC, so don't think it will hit probably.
Unfortunately, the bolt weakened as it jumped the distance over to him, but it didn't hit him. But how would you like to do the first one?
It was force, right? So I imagine it just kind of pushes him up against the slide tight. Right?
Oh wait, sorry. Hold on.
Yep.
Moonwalk him. Yes.
Oh yeah, I imagine it just pushes him against that and just crushes him.
Yeah. Caves in his ribcage.
Also, I had to roll a d20.
Oh, the best part. Oh.
Ah.
Boring. And just as a reminder, on a 19, I will also have you roll on the table. On a 19 or a 20.
Yes. I had that noted down.
Alright. And now, it's down to Chantal.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to stab Jerky McJerkface up here.
Sounds like an admirable plan.
I certainly thought so.
Ooh, perfect. How would you like to do that?
We seem to have a thing going on with stabbing people in the eye, so I'll just keep that up.
Perfect. It's like training for some kind of enormous test. It's like just do one thing over and over until it's perfect.
Yes.
No one in the world is going to be better at stabbing eyes than you are by the end of this.
Exactly.
Alright. And there appear to be no more bandits in your immediate vicinity. So, I'll once ahead go and take you out of combat.
All right.
And now that the dust has settled down a little bit, you see up against one wall, there's a crudely made table. It's pretty much just a couple of slats of wood nailed together, and a few barrels right next to it, while veins of gold ore line the walls.
Can I search the barrels?
It depends. Can you?
I don't know. Apparently not.
Oh. So, instead of just, like, popping off the top of the barrel, like a professional, you, like, bust open the side of it, and a bunch of, like, salted fish pour out of it. Apparently that one was just holding their food.
That's kind of exciting. Can I put some salted fish in my bag?
Sure, go for it.
It's like a piñata.
I'm just rolling my eyes and cleaning my daggers.
I'm a cat. It's fish.
Way to live up to stereotypes.
Hey, stereotypes exist for a reason, usually.
True, true.
Anything on the table?
There's a doily. Because for some reason they have a doily token in Roll20, and you can bet I'm using that. These are the most suave bandits you ever seen.
I'm gonna kind of check over the body, see if they have anything like notes or anything to the outside world.
Alright. You see that their guard has a shield. It's a bit battered and bruised, but it appears to be in pretty good shape. So you've now got +1 shield. And I'll say one of them also has just a plain standard dagger. He apparently took pretty good care of his stuff. It's still relatively sharp. The grip is still okay. And other than that, they weren't very well armed or armored. A lot of their other stuff was, like, stolen and neglected. Probably not worth a lot. After the one shield and the one dagger, their clothes are the most valuable things on them. But scrounging around the pockets, you find an additional 6 gold pieces between the 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
And I assume when you said that we had +1 shield, it was one more shield, not a magical +1 shield.
You know, it was going to be, but since you contradicted me, it's now just a standard shield. Take that. These were apparently some pretty baller guards. Or, bandits, pardon me.
Any other exits out of the room? I don't see any.
Go ahead and roll me investigation. I really hoped you'd roll poorly so I could have made up something stupid. But you're certain that there's no way out of here. Other than the way you came, of course. This appears to be a...
I was about to say, oh my god, guys, we're trapped.
Yeah.
There's no way out.
Yeah, you can infer that there was so much gold ore in this room that they just stopped going forward and just started mining all this out.
This is a really well-off gold mine.
Wait, didn't Stumpy warn us that there was some guy with a great sword? Did any of these chumps have a great sword?
That's right, I didn't remember
I
that.
think you searched all the corpses, but you've yet to see a guy with a great sword.
I think he's still out there somewhere.
Oh my god, there he is!
I'm house sitting for a friend and her dog randomly barks like that, so excuse me.
Don't worry,
I'm
you're
sorry,
excused.
it's not allowed. Our dogs never
I hiss
roam.
and climb a stalactite.
Be gone, foul tail lizard.
Made a question.
Wait, say that again?
Reading up on this, made a question.
Alright, sure, go for it.
I'm reading up on this and trying to sort something out while we were doing that combat. So anybody can take as a bonus action an attack with their offhand without proficiency. And the rules for improvised weapons are if it doesn't resemble any other weapon, it's 1d4. Total your discretion, but could I try and smack people with my shield for a maximum of 4 damage
For a shield,
if that's what I'm wielding in my offhand?
absolutely. It seems like it would be
Okay.
a damaging enough thing that hitting a person with a shield would... It would at least be comparable to something like a club or a mace or something.
Yeah, the fighter gets like a feat that I won't ever really get to that lets you push people with it, but since I'm doing it offhand as the bonus action, I'd say I'm not going to be able to push anybody, but yeah, smacking somebody in the face with it'll probably do something, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll definitely count a shield as an improvised weapon.
All right, I'll program that in.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably even more of a like intentional weapon than a lot of the improvised ones, like a table leg or something. So it makes
Well,
makes sense.
reading, yeah, rules as written, if it resembles a conventional weapon, you can use that at DM's discretion. You can use that stat block for it, but there's not really a weapon that's, you know, a trash can lid that you
Shield.
hit
Yeah.
with, you know, hit somebody with the flat end.
I think the Marvel tabletop RPG might facilitate that better. Like Captain America.
Yeah, maybe. I won't get my proficiency with it until I gain some more levels, so it'll be fairly situational for right now, but we'll see. I might as well use it, right?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, sorry, carry on.
That reminded me. I wanted to change my daggers up.
How so?
We were talking about this last week, Torval and I, that I should probably have one dagger as a proficient one and one dagger as an unproficient one if I'm using them in separate hands.
You don't have to, because I thought since they were both light, you were able to use both of them with...
Okay, I mean, if you're cool with that, then I'll just leave it, but I was trying to obviously, you know, be realistic.
Yeah?
Because I thought it was, I thought it was the feat, the dual wielding feat that lets you use your proficiency. I mean, I don't care either way. It's up to you, obviously.
I'll look it up later, and whatever I decide later, let's go forward with that. But for the time being, if they're programmed in that both of them use proficiency, then I'm okay with that. If you've programmed it in that one of them does not use it, let's stick with that for right now. So, don't change anything for right now, just let me know which one is currently being used.
Okay.
The light property. A light weapon is small and easy to use. It's ideal. See the rules for 2 weapons fighting in Chapter 9. Well, that's stupid. Unfortunately, I don't have...
It's page 195.
195.
So when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon when you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon you're holding in the other hand.
You don't
You
add
don't add
ability modifier unless the modifier is negative. Alright. So,
Oh, so you don't add the ability modifier. It's not proficiency.
you do get proficiency, you do not get the ability modifier. Only to the damage. You get both of them for the attack roll, but you only get proficiency for the damage. No, you don't add proficiency to the damage, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. So,
Yeah, you would lose the dex bonus on the offhanded.
correct. So it would deal less damage, but it has the same chance to hit as the primary one.
That makes sense.
Alright, so that's what I'm going with for right now, because that's the rule as written. However, it doesn't really change the fact that you're still at the dead end of a cave. So, how would you like to escape from this nefarious trap that I've plotted?
Well, I have a class feature, Wanderer, can always recall the general terrain around me, and I would like to remember that we came in this way.
You in fact remember correctly. You did come in from that way. And I'm pretty sure you
And
snuffed out all the lanterns, so there's no like source of light in here. You're just relying on dark vision.
We don't need any light.
We don't need any light. Let's make fun of the human. Yeah. That's what I've heard.
It's accurate.
and at after Chantal's warning, proceeding slowly with caution, looking around corners, trying to keeping my shield up, trying to make sure that we don't run into any unexpected surprises.
Right. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, can we kind of like investigate looking for any side passages that might be kind of hidden as we're going?
Ooh.
Sure. Whenever you'd like to, how about whenever you get up to a new hallway, you can, that may be suspicious, go ahead and make an investigation. See if there's any hidden passageways.
It's all suspicious.
Right. Take a step, roll investigate. Take a step, roll investigate.
Whoa, I rolled smart.
I trust your judgment.
Dang. Plains is about as confident as he can be that there is no side passage in this kind of hallway area. The stone,
Okay.
like there's no weird giveaways in the stone that would signal the location of a hidden exit.
Let's do another one here.
If you want to keep rolling investigation, go for it. Oh, stop right there for me, Mr. Menhir. Go
Alrighty.
ahead and roll a perception.
Nice. Same thing.
Well, since you have dark vision, you notice that there's one of the bandits up here in the northeastern part of the room. Maybe just about 10 feet to your right.
Wait, is that the wrong cat?
I think you're
Yeah,
looking
I
at the wrong
can't see
cat.
from there.
I'm definitely not. Well, Mr. Stone and River sees it.
So he looks dead, right?
He looks pretty dead.
Because he seems dead to me.
Yeah. And you also remember killing him like 5 minutes ago. But you do still see, you
Okay.
definitely see him.
Oh, so that was Plains back here,
Oh,
rolling
eh,
investigation.
I don't care.
But thank you for confirming my dark vision. I do see him.
You're welcome. I told you see him, so good job for you seeing him. But
Fantastic.
back to Plains. Nothing still seems unusual. I mean, you've gone like 5 feet, and you've deduced previously that the hallway you were in right there, it seems pretty clear of any side passages.
Alrighty.
I'd like to go up to this one. Take a look around.
Go for it.
Oh wait, damn it!
Intimidation.
Tell me your secrets, hallway.
Show me the secret door, bitch. No, well, since
Did I successfully intimidate the hallway?
since you're a wanderer, you would know that. Can you see this ping that I'm pinging right here, to the north of you, about 6 tiles?
Yes.
I can now. Yeah.
Right. You notice up there, that's the hallway where the one guy was that surprised Elentia. So, that's about all your investigation gets you. You don't see any passage that gets up there or anything.
Oh, okay. I just happen to know that we should be about level with that room.
Yeah, it's like you know how hobbits can usually, or like dwarves, or have like really good underground sense.
Gotcha.
You know, same kind of thing, same principle.
All right. There's this little nubbin of a hallway over here. Did we go this way? All right, guys, I see light down this tunnel.
We did not go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to investigate things.
Unless, it was the entrance and we weren't dousing lights at the time.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think
he's been
so.
dousing the entire time.
I'm pretty sure, using my wandering ability, I'm pretty sure we came from this way.
Yeah.
Your wandering instincts are correct. You did, in fact, come from that way to the southeast.
All right, I'm gonna keep my shield up and my rapier back in the stabby position.
Good call.
Behind you.
Caution, I like it. That's a new idea. It's innovative. Alright, go ahead.
Dun dun
Uh.
dun.
Go ahead and stop right there, Stone, at the entrance here. Go ahead and give me a dexterity save.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Heyo.
You avoid tripping over your own 2 feet, and you walk into the completely abandoned little offshoot tunnel. Good job. Just making sure.
I repeat. Dun dun dun. It looks like an empty room, guys. Well, there's some barrels, but
Check for more fish.
It's not a very empty room, then, is it?
yeah, I searched for more fish.
Well, it's a bit disappointing. You don't find any fish. In this one up here to the north, you open up the top, and it appears to be full of lantern oil. Presumably the same oil that they kept refilling the lanterns with that you put out. So they're going to have the work cut out for them. And on the bottom one, it's just full of gold ore. Like, up to the brim. Shiny gold. All the way down.
We were told not to touch that.
But how will they know if one barrel goes in? Maybe the bandits
I wouldn't do it.
says the pickpocket.
I mean, we don't have to go back and tell them we finished the job.
Says the pickpocket who just had a near-death experience and is reevaluating her life right now.
Boom, character development.
She's still super pissed at you, though.
Like, super passive-aggressive. You want to send me into a mine to go clear out the bandits? I'm going to steal your gold. Sounds like a fair trade to me. And so what's the verdict? Is any gold going to be pilfered, or you going to let sleeping dogs lie?
I'm not.
Yeah, I'll leave it alone as well. I don't have anything that could actually make a coin out of it.
Yep, I'd say we'll leave it.
Fine.
And this is the nicest.
Oh, and because it's a new area. Just making sure there's no cool hidden things.
There appear, in fact, to be no more cool hidden things.
Okay, good.
I can't differentiate between either of your character sheets. Are you still in the room down there?
Yes, I'm down below
Right.
in the room with the oil and ore.
Then, in that case, you in fact don't find anything. It seems like it was just a convenient place to leave the barrels for him.
Okay, and I don't think I've rolled up here yet.
Now this,
15.
yeah, you're pretty certain this is about the most boring cave system of all time. All the walls hold no secrets as far as you can tell.
There's lights on down here. I think this is where we came in because there's. I should remember this guy's name.
If you did, you're a better man than I am.
He had a name. I don't remember what it was, though.
Is it like Azul or something?
Yes.
I was about- if you hadn't remembered his name, that was going to be like the saddest eulogy. He had a name, but none of us remember.
Here lies.
It was Azul and Jerry, right?
Yeah.
I think
Totally.
so.
I'm glad you remembered.
I'm gonna go back over to this small room, and I'd like to search around and see if there's any secret exits or anything from here.
All right. That sounds just dangerous enough to work.
Damn it! I did it again.
Show me how you got in here, Barrels. Don't backsass me.
I just really want to force this cave to tell me its secrets.
And I'll help out too, because I've been looking anyway.
Nah. Unfortunately, the bandits appear to not have been clever enough to make any secret way in or out of the cave. Just another dead end.
All right, guys. I don't think there's any other secrets in here. I don't know what happened to the guy with the big sword. Maybe he left.
Maybe it was the guy who yelled at us. I don't know.
Maybe he put down the big sword. Maybe it was hurting his back.
At the same time, he was the leader, and we're supposed to get all of them, right?
But he's not here.
Would you like me to remind you what the contract was for, specifically?
I would love that.
think it was to just like end the banditry so they could either work with them or just get rid of them.
Yeah, take back control of the mine.
Yeah, really their only goal was get the bandits out of the mine. Whether they've just left somewhere, that's fine. If you kill them all, that's fine. If you manage to convince them to do good and put all the gold back, that's fine. The city just wants control of the mine again. And from the looks of it, the mine is pretty in control at the moment.
Well, give this mission my stamp of approval. I'd like to lick my paw and smack it on the wall.
Like dip it in one of the pools of blood. Like stone was here.
Hey, there you go. That's more colorful. I like it.
It seems more tabaxi.
Yeah. And then I lick my paw.
Well, naturally.
Yeah, that's how you get the hep.
If I'm a cat person, I doubt that human hepatitis is probably much of a concern for me.
You don't know.
You're humanoid. Alright, so I assume you're all boogieing out of the cave.
You ever heard of swine flu? Because swine flu totally passed from human animals.
Yeah, but it's not the cat flu.
Could
Well,
be.
cats get sick at some
There's
point.
cat scratch fever.
There's dance fever. You ever got dance fever before?
I have
It's
not.
pretty. Especially when I dance.
Do you leave your friends behind?
All right. I'd say unless anyone else has any objections, are we ready to head back and give them the good news?
I think so.
It's more
Yeah.
like lukewarm news.
I mean, they
I'd
get the
tell them
mine
about the
back.
leader not being found among the bodies, though.
I don't know if
So you're
that's
just heading back out to tell the captain of the guard that the quest is done?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Well, luckily you've taken care of most of the threats along the way, just on your way to the mine, so the trip back is easy peasy. You get back there at maybe, looks to be about 4 p.m., or whatever we're calling the medieval equivalent of 4 p.m. Like, you still got 3 hours of daylight. Boom, nailed it. And you make it back to the guard barracks, no problem.
Well, we had got. Did we get the quest from this lady, or did we? I know we talked to both of them. I don't remember which one actually gave us. The quest.
She was the one you talked to get the lowdown. You
Gotcha.
talked to this guy up here to see if you could determine the number or ferocity of the bandits.
That's right. I'd like to go back up to that guy. How's he looking?
Still only got one arm.
Hoping that would heal by now.
not enough health potions.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he's playing rock paper scissors against himself, but the left hand is always paper because he's got a bandage wrapped around it.
I would have thought it would have been rock, but okay. I'd like to give him the good news. Hey, looks like you're doing pretty good. Seem like you're in a pretty good mood. We took care of all the bandits in the mine for you, so the town can start mining gold again.
Oh, hey, thanks for that. I'm glad things can finally get back to normal. Did you get that son of a bitch with the great sword?
It's damnedest thing. We never saw him in there. What did you have any other like defining features? What did he look like?
Let's see. He had on this, I don't know what the fuck you call it, like a cloak. It wasn't really a cloak. It was like a shirt. That's the word. I forgot about that because I can't use him properly, And then he looks at his arm. But half of it was white and half of it was black. Like the left half was white, the right half was black. Or maybe it's the other way around, I don't know. I'll be honest. The blood loss might have made me a bit confused on that. But like, he wasn't as ugly as you are. He wasn't a dwarf. He looked to be about medium height, medium build, brown hair. I don't know. Really, that cloak is the defining feature. The cloak and the greatsword that cut half my left arm off.
Okay. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for him. But as far as we know, the mine is clear, and you guys are ready to move back up there and start mining again.
Yeah, we certainly are ready to start mining again, are we? All of us, collectively.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Didn't
good
think
luck.
that one through, did you?
Nope. I'll go ahead and skedaddle back to the other part of the room.
All right.
And I guess we got to tell this lady too.
So I'll assume Jesus, what was that lady's voice I tried to do? Oh, God, I'm distracted by that. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get back into character. So did you deal with the bandits? Has that situation been taken care of? Brave wandering adventurers.
Yep, it's all been resolved.
Wow, like all of them? Because I'm just going to warn you right now. If we send Bornjolf up there to investigate the mine, and his right hand gets cut off, I think we're gonna have him hunt you down. And let me tell you, that's not a situation you'd like to live with the rest of your life.
What's he gonna do? Bleed on us?
Would you like to ask him that? Or?
Well, we did clear out all of the bandits that were in the cave. He described one fellow that we weren't able to find, but at least when we left, he was not in the cave, so I'm not sure where he's gone.
All right, now.
The mine itself, though, is good to open up again.
Sweet. All right, I'm willing to believe you, and I assume that seasoned adventurers of your caliber would bring back some kind of proof that you've in fact killed some number of these rapscallions, or driven them off somehow.
I would like to
Type
stamp
a
my bloody
dagger and
paw
shield.
on the table.
We're gonna have that washed out now. Cool. Unfortunately, DNA testing's not been invented yet, so we can't tell if this is just yours, or it might actually be hers. Jesus Christ, somebody. Like, we have medics, if you'd like us to look at that. And she points at Elentia, noticing that you've taken quite the beating.
I'm fine now, but obviously shouldn't this be proof that we got in a fight with somebody?
You know what? And if you came back, I'm willing to accept that. So, good job. I really didn't expect the 4 of you to do it. There were like 12 of them. At least.
We're very sneaky.
Alright, so I guess all we need to do now is drop the payment. Let me just write that up. We'll have our Master of Coin right out here. In just a hot minute. And as she's scribbling a couple of notes on one of her papers, some guy busts in through the door. Dude. Yeah. Some guy busts in through the door and says, Oinleaf, we have a problem. Some of the bandits, the rapscallions, they've loaded up a cart. They're heading east. She just turns at him and says,
East. Oh, go ahead.
Go for it. Wait, spit it out, man. What are you trying to say? They've stolen barrels of gold. They've loaded up in a cart. They're dashing east at a breakneck pace. However, can they be? We've got to stop them. Right. So Arnleaf takes a look around. Shh, we don't have the men. Brave adventurers, we have another task for you.
Sounds like something we can probably help with.
Perfect.
Assuming that my companions here are going to be adequately compensated.
And she, scrawls out on the piece of paper.
I saw that look coming before it even happened.
She scrawled out on the piece of paper. 75 gold apiece, heart, Arnleaf. Signs it, stamps it with a seal. Boom, there's your payment. There's another one in it for you if you stop this barrel full of gold. Let me rephrase. If you bring all of the gold back here, you get more payment.
I'd like to look at my companions and see how they feel about this.
It's fine.
Yeah, money is useful.
You can buy a dress, Elentia.
I'm gonna have to buy some more fucking health potions first.
All right, I think that's agreement. It'll count anyway.
Oh, that better be agreement. You, soldier, are they in a wagon? Yeah, yes, my lady, they got horses. Perfect. We got some horses right outside. Take any horse you like. Just chase them down and bring that cart back.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
And I guess we'd run out the door at that point.
I didn't hear a please, man.
Ba-la-la-la-la.
Another
I think
75
the please
gold,
is
enough
money.
for me. Oh man, there's horses.
Oh, whoops. Perfect.
Oh, perfect. There is.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize how out of scale they were.
Oh my gosh.
Those aren't horses. Those are elephants.
Hey, look at that, normal-sized horses.
Oh damn it! Is this how you do this?
I'm pretty sure that's how you do it.
Is
The
this-
horse is on
Is
top
this
of
right?
you. Yeah, that looks right. Hold on. Oh no, it's happened. It's the bizarre world. All right, hold on. I have an idea. If I copy all of you and then paste you, maybe it'll say like, "Oh, they're in a layer above the horses."
You can right-click on the horses and click send to back, or just to back.
To the back. Boom. Done. Now try it. All right. That seems to be more how this should work.
I like to think that I am just actually standing on mine in that stance. Just standing back.
Why?
Let's go.
Right there.
So, I can't move my horse, but I have a horse.
Shit. All right, hold on. Gotta
Elizabeth,
select all the horses.
look at my horse.
Shut the fuck up.
My horse is amazing.
I'm gonna stab you in your sleep.
Can I not have you guys? Well, that didn't work at all.
You should be able to set that the token of the horse is under control of whoever.
See, you would think that. There we go. I have to do this individually. That sucks.
Yeah.
I'll buy all players. One horse. Two. No. Two. Alright. It's technical difficulties. There's a learning curve to roll 20. All players. And all players. Boom. Alright, done. Easy as that.
Oh, whoops. Grabbed another horse. I'm taking two.
Like, no, don't ride my friend off. Like, truck.
All right, so said they went east.
Yes. And you see a couple of wagon tracks just heading to the east. Just this way. Woo.
Does anybody have the Red Dead Redemption soundtrack?
If anybody does, you should.
And you should be able to click and drag to select you and your horse together, and then move them as a.
No wonder I was like, I can't move on my horse. No. It's not working. Good try though.
Even if you draw like a pretty big box around you and the horse.
Oh, there it goes.
So to the east.
To the east.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you can see a small cloud of dust in the distance. What's happened?
I'm enjoying Menhir bouncing back and forth on his horse.
Right. So there's a small cloud of dust from where their horses are kicking up some dust behind them. Like, slightly on the edge of your vision, like on the horizon. They appear to have got a pretty sizable head start on you. Don't know why the hell that just happened. So
All right.
you're riding hard after them for maybe half an hour. There's someone in your sights. Then the trail goes slightly cold, as like you've lost sight of them, as you hit a fork in the road, maybe 6 miles from where you began. What? Why aren't you here? Guys, why would you do this to me?
We just haven't arrived on scene yet. We're about to enter stage
Yeah,
left.
Exactly, as I planned. All these things you gotta remember. It's too much pressure. Boom! And then all you arrive.
And we're still on our horses. Hey, this is good.
None of them have run away yet. There's a path going east, pretty much continuing along the road, and there's a path going more southward. And each one is a little bit twisty and turny. You can't see the cloud of dust in the distance as you did last time.
Can I look at the road to see if I can spot wagon track?
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation. Nah, unfortunately your character has your eyes. So from all the way up there on the
Damn
horse,
it.
you can kind
I'm
of
just gonna go home.
you can
guys.
kind of see the sun. And you think you may be riding on Menhir-of-the-Plains. But you're not entirely sure. If anyone else.
I can't tell which way they went. Can anybody else see it better?
I can take a try.
Might as well try. Maybe we can intimidate the trail.
Yes. Tell us where they went.
way did they go?
That was a tough one.
Alright, so luckily on this dry stretch of road, Kimberly, you notice that they kind of cut across the road here. You see two very distinct, like, wagon trail wheel ruts, curving towards the south.
To the south.
Alright, and in addition to that, everyone else give me an animal handling check to see how well you keep control of your horse as well. To see
Oh, that's
maybe it's like a tabaxi horse thing. It's like relationships are strained at the moment.
apparently.
That's weird.
Gotta say though, Plains is apparently balling out on his horse. Must have like took lessons as a kid or something.
I've already named it. It's George the horse.
Well, apparently being in a cave for a couple hours, it seems, is not great for horsemanship. So, as you boogie further on down to the south...
You gotta remember that Chantal and I are street beggars. We've never ridden a horse before, so we're both like, what the fuck?
Right, we're literally just winging this right now.
It's like, you've read it in books. You, like, get on, and then the horse goes. That's how it works, right?
Like there's supposed to be a pedal.
Yeah,
Like, make sure to use the turn signal. Very important.
it's cute. It's cute you think we read a book about this.
Yeah, I think if you tweak one of the ears, that's the turn signal. So you reach up and click the left one.
But very fortunately, let me go ahead and redact that there. Hello? Alright, cool. Whoop. Unfortunately for, I guess, the rest of the three of you, since apparently only one of you is relatively skilled at riding horses, by the time you come up upon the cart laden down with its illicit goods, Mr. Plains arrives far ahead of everybody else. And I'll say approximately one turn ahead of everybody else. So, everyone else, pretend you're not here right now, and Mr. Plains will get the first action. I just copied and pasted all of you here, so I wouldn't have to do it later.
Laziness.
They appear to have hit a snag. It looks like the wheel of the cart, it cracked itself upon a rock as they were riding down.
Okay, so it looks like they're going to repair the cart.
Yeah, they've, like, totally obstructed the road, and are frantically trying to get the wheel off and put a new one on. Not, like, getting it off that way, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
got you,
yeah.
don't worry.
It's like smooth strokes.
That's what she said.
Okay, so I think the best thing to do would be to wreck the cart further. I'm going to aim for one of the other wheels and try to hit with a firebolt.
Alright, you can certainly go for it. Ooh, wonderful. Here's a quick, perhaps out-of-game question. What... Are we going to assume that you have control over what the firebolt burns or doesn't burn? So, like, for example, since it's a wooden cart, are we going to assume that in magical D&D land that you can, like, selectively set things on fire if you want them to?
I would say this one probably doesn't catch things on fire because I don't think that's... Well, I guess it's a flammable object and it was hit by the spell, so it can be ignited.
Alright.
So yeah, it can be ignited if it's not worn or carried.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to say it's probably... I caught that wheel on fire.
Alright. So now in addition to having one cracked wheel, they now have one that's currently smoldering. So,
Yep, and I'm laughing at it.
they all stop in what they were doing and they turn to look at the person who has just set their cart on fire. It's like, what? You son of a bitch, what did you do that for?
Yeah, stop you from running.
Stop this from running! Ugh! And they all charge at you and proceed to do combat upon you.
Okay. And I'd like to try to do that, my 120-foot range, like as far away as possible.
Oh no. I've realized my mistake.
Map's too small.
That is part of the mistake. Shit. The big part of my mistake is that I can't just select everything and have them do combat, because it would include all the horses and the carts and stuff as well. Boom! Doesn't matter, I'm the best. Alright, so, about how far away would you like to be? We can go back and retcon this a bit.
I'm probably about 110 feet away.
10 feet away, alright. So boom. Let's move all them way back here. View. As far back as we can get. You can move as far back as you would like. It's...
Yeah, we'll make
yeah,
that
this
good
isn't
enough.
perfect, so sorry about that, but...
Yeah, it's close.
I mean, we could either change the scale of the map, which would make it weird for everything else, or... I'm sorry, but 100 feet...
100 feet back is plenty
good enough.
far.
Alright. So, to break the fourth wall a bit, I'll assume that everyone else is one turn of combat away. So at the end of this first round of combat, then your companions will join you. Like, you can see them back in the distance, they're pretty close.
Okay, it's not runaway time yet, though.
So go ahead, and just planes for right now, go ahead and hit me with an initiative.
There we go.
Oof. Yeah, alright. So it looks like some of these folks may have been keeping guard. And they're pretty quick to react to you, disrupting all of their possibly nefarious plans. Beginning with this guy away in the back. He's going to trot up on his horse to right about here, encroaching on your danger zone. And he... read it. He's a bit too far away to be effective, but you can see him, like, readying some kind of weapon, just in case you approach towards him. And this one...
Is he riding a miniature pony?
He may be riding a little pony. But, no. Here's the problem with the horses, is that if they're on a map, and this is an out-of-game Roll20 thing, if you're on a map with the grid active, the horse looks like this, and it's really fat and stubby, and it looks hilarious. Hold on.
Gotcha.
It looks like this.
Remember, we had that happen with your tiger.
Oh yeah, my tiger looked odd.
Yeah. Whereas if you take the grid away, which I'll do right now because that's pretty easy to do, the horses look like this. So it's either they're like 3 times the size of a human being, or they're like small and fat. So
It's a Midgie in a Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll. Elias, don't lick your feet.
yeah, so we're if that's the thing that like puts you off of this, I really hope it isn't. But no, they're normal size horses.
It's just not realistic enough. I can't do it.
I can't do it, man. I mean, this guy's gonna cast like this guy's like got a staff and a robe, and he's on a small horse. Like fuck that, I'm out. I didn't know we were gonna be preposterous about it. So then this one's gonna ride up on his relatively normal-sized horse. He's also gonna just like front on you and hold up in action, just like daring you to get closer.
Okay, I definitely won't.
Let's see. This guy, whoops, this guy. Trying to select only one thing is really hard when they're this close. Nailed it. This guy will about do the same. And boop, boop. They've kept one guy just stationed in the cart, not on a horse, and he's got a bow, which makes him rather special in the world of bandits.
In that he can things within 120-foot range.
Yeah, not very accurately, but technically he is hypothetically able to, with disadvantage. Which, since he's so far away, he's unable to hit you from that range. It's skitters like several feet to your left, just out of harm's way. And now
Oh,
you're
okay.
finally up.
Okay, I think that's still within range. So I'm going to cast another Chaos Bolt. I'm going to center it on the one person who can do any range damage,
All right.
the archer. Bleh.
Yeah, regrettably, it might just be you're so far away that there's not enough chaos to reach that far. And the bolt,
Ah, damn.
it like skitters over his head and perhaps does some untold, like nastiness to some bird in the sky or something.
Oh, birds.
Is that like
And
I don't like birds, or is that like oh no, I like birds?
Does anyone remember our first session in the other game?
Yes.
Those damn birds.
They always come back.
It was
We kept getting distracted by birds in the sky and missing repeatedly. It was horrible.
nice. It's like was it like an Alfred Hitchcock campaign? It's like birds.
No, we just rolled horribly, and that was the DM's excuse like 4 times in a row.
God, so many pretty things up there in the sky, far away from anything you'd like to hit. Alright, well after that spell, it was definitely a spell. This guy's buddy's gonna ride up as well.
Yep.
And now, huzzah! All of the companions arrive in short order. As in right now. So, all y'all can position yourself on the road as you like, up to about here, I'll say. So I imagine you would have like established some kind of riding order as you were riding up. Like, hey, once we find them, this is about how we're going to do it. Alright, and now, the 3 of you who have not yet rolled initiative, go ahead and roll initiative.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if Kimber's there right now, but she had to step away for a moment.
Do we want to wait for her to come back? Because I'm willing to say yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be long.
I would like to point out that apparently Elentia has rolled initiative for her horse.
That's
How
fine.
do you figure that?
The turn order chart for some reason shows the horse instead of your
Sure.
picture.
It might be because I uploaded that new token.
Or I wonder if the horse was selected or something.
No, but like it shows her making the roll.
Yeah, but if the horse is a token under her control and the horse was highlighted,
Yeah, it probably would.
I don't know. If the token was somehow associated with her character sheet.
But here's the thing. First of all, the token is most certainly not, because that would have required extra work on my part, which is certainly not going to happen. And secondly, I thought that might be a problem at some point, so that's why I made all of the horses different looking horses. So, like, if there was any confusion, since you're each riding a different horse, they look different, and thus each horse would, like, correspond to one person. Unless you, like, traded horses or something. Or we could just know that...
Which we should totally do, just to confuse things.
Or we could just say that, like, we all see her... Like, we all saw her mess that up. So she's the one that's a horse now. Whee. Alright. So, isn't there a rule where player characters go above NPCs in turn order?
Yes.
Alright. Perfect.
And then if two player characters ever tie for an initiative roll, you judge the actual dex value, not the modifier.
Okay. Then in that case, Elentia is up first. You roll up atop your horse, and shit has appeared to have gone down.
This guy right here is an enemy, correct?
It is an enemy.
Okay. I'm gonna bust out my short bow and aim at him.
Oh my god. This is almost going too well. How would you like to do it?
Just straight through his chest. And he falls off his horse.
He most certainly does fall off his horse.
Sorry.
Got him.
Bubble wrap.
Let me take that guy off a turn order.
Sorry, I love it.
Blap. And now, it's Mr. This guy's turn. So he sees that Elentia just sniped his friend off his horse. But, you know, that's fine. So, yeah, you know, things happen. Whereas,
It happens.
yeah, he's still pretty miffed at his, newfound mortal enemy, Plains. And he's going to make a Sacred Flame attack against you. So you see not blinding, but like divine brightness descend upon you. Go ahead and make me a dexterity save.
Alrighty.
Oh, sweet.
That's 15.
Yeah, luckily you were able to like jerk the horse's head at the last second. So instead of descending upon you, the radiant light just hits a little bit to the side of you. Managed to avoid that one. Now it is.
I'm a fan of not getting hit, so we're good.
Well, that's nice, because you totally avoided it. Just like Chantal will probably not get hurt this turn. Probably.
You say that.
There's like an 85% chance that you'll be fine.
Right. Ooh, that ugly is just within range. So I really want Vicious Mockery to work, so I'm going to try it on that dude.
Which one? Sorry, I couldn't see him.
Oh, no,
My map was zoomed in.
hang on. This one.
Alright, perfect.
That one.
13 wisdom save. Big money no whammies. Hooray! It does, in fact, work. What would you like to say to him?
What? Oh my gosh. Once again, I have nothing prepared, so you know. Clearly, charisma was your dump stat.
Miss, that doesn't make sense. That was a wisdom save. Oh no.
Aha!
How do I know that I'm a nerd? And he feels bad that he's such a nerd. So he takes 2 psychic damage.
I'm like that mean girl in high school. I hurt your self-esteem.
Guys, I think I'm gonna have to move out of my house. Like right now. I just see there's a spider web across the Xbox controller that I use every day. So sometime between yesterday and today, a spider came across my room and made a web on there. And I'm gonna have to burn the house down.
Well, let's at least finish the game first.
God, there's another spider web. The productive son of a bitch. Oh yeah, like 7 o'clock. Yeah. All right, cool. Chantal, anything else you'd like to do?
Nah, I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, now, this guy, he's got to defend the honor of his friend. So he's going to... Oh, no. He's going to exactly make it up to Chantal. He's going to say, "Hey, don't make my friend feel bad about that." And he's going to swing at you with his greatsword. Woo.
I decline.
Well, you can decline all you like. But I'm not... Wow. Thanks, dude. I'm not sure you're going to decline that 5 damage. Then he yells at you, "Who's the nerd now?" And his friend from back there gives him a thumbs up.
Yeah, still you.
You see him tear up a little bit, but Alright, and now it is Stone and River.
All right, I'm gonna get the right tool here. What's the movement speed on the horses? Is it 40? 50?
I was using the opponent's ones at 60, so I'll also give you 60 feet.
Okay, I don't need that much anyway.
Their horses are fast.
So I'm going to run up beside this guy, and since I don't think I would have much benefit from the shield right now since I'm on the horse. So I went ahead and dropped that and went back to just the short sword and the rapier.
Right.
So I'm gonna take a couple stabs at him.
Go for it. Those are really small horses. Good lord.
Get over here on your pony.
Well, the first one you managed to hit a large gash right across his side, whereas with the second one you managed to get him in the arm, and blood just seems to be pouring out of both of those wounds. But he still manages to rein his horse to look at you in anger. Like, you just see the hate in his eyes. Like, who are you calling a small horse? This is my family's prized horse.
I'm going to use some of the remainder of my movement to go around here so he's not still looking.
Oh, got him.
And so that I've kind of got him between me and the other guy.
No, it was the first one was more important though.
It truly was.
So now it's Mr. Cart Archer's turn. And now that one of his enemies has brought himself into his optimal bow range, he's going to go take a fling at you. And does a 13 make it through armor? No, it doesn't make it through armor. Alright, darn. Well, in that case,
What are you talking about?
the arrow... I guess how that works since you're a barbarian. Just the classic. You see the arrow.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were aiming that towards me.
Oh, sorry.
So pretty much, I don't have any armor. All of my AC is dexterity based,
right.
aside from the shield, which I'm not using right.
So it's like the Matrix dodge. You just see it at the very last second and like lean back on the horse, and the arrow flies right over your nose.
Perfect.
So now it is Plains' turn.
Alrighty, we have the one bandit up close, right?
Mm-hmm. This one up here by... Don't tell me, Chantal.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do some spell work at him. And hit things.
Oh, sweet. You do, in fact, manage to hit him. The firebolt splashes up in a wave of fire right in front of his face, and it singes his clothes a little bit.
Yeah, there's where that came from.
Now, it's this guy back here. And he takes offense to Stone and River making fun of his friend. I might have to shrink your guys' horses so that they fit in just one space. Because right now I don't know what to do with Stone right here. Like he's occupying 2 spaces at the same time.
We can just move the horses off. We all know we have them.
Oh god, what have I done? I've made the horse fat. Whatever, that'll work.
It works.
Yeah.
My horse's name is Little Debbie.
Wonderful. Well, this guy's gonna try to rip a slice off of Little Debbie. He's not aiming for you, he's just aiming for the horse. He's gonna see how you like it having a smaller horse. Which, unfortunately, Little Debbie has a big survival instinct, because she manages to rear up out of the way as the guy's short sword comes at her. And now, it is Elentia's turn.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. I'm still gonna have my short bow out.
Alright.
Oh yeah. I'm just going for this guy right here. If I had
Which one?
this one.
Alrighty. Well, unfortunately for you, at the moment that he turns around to look at Stone and River, that's the arrow. That's the moment your arrow would have gotten to him. So he like accidentally moves out of the way of it.
Okay.
Right, and now it is his turn. And luckily for you, but unfortunately for Stone, he's a bit preoccupied at the moment. So he wheels around and tries to blast a sacred flame right into the face of Stone and River. So go ahead and make me a dexterity save.
All right.
Perfect. Well, this guy's really picked the wrong party to have a sacred flame for. As you also manage to easily sidestep around the mystical light that attempts to engulf you. And now with that, it is Chantal's turn.
What up? Alright, I'm gonna try and smack this hater in front of me. And by smack, I mean stab.
Of course. It's like smacking with a pointy object. How would you like to do it?
Oh my gosh, I got him?
Not by much, but you did get him.
Remember the classic, I am going to be the best eye stabber with a rapier this side of whatever continent I'm on.
Well,
Just kind of meh.
you know, all practice has to start somewhere. He tries to, like, jerk his face out of the way when he sees you going for the eye. And you, unfortunately, just end up stabbing his cheek right through his face.
You know, I do like face stabbing too. I'll accept face stabbing.
Well, either way, he will also accept face stabbing, because he is, he's pretty dead.
Very good. And then for my bonus action, I am going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Alright. Probably a good idea.
That is the wrong one. I apologize.
How can you get... It's like the episode of the anime where you just, like, hate yourself. Like, I had to punish myself. I couldn't save Oni-chan.
Alright, and we're good.
Well, you are certainly 6 points more good than you were just a couple of minutes ago. Oh, now it's that guy's turn, and he's dead. So now, it graduates to Stone's turn.
All right. So I hit the mage guy once already. And I'm kind of feeling a little bit surrounded here, so I'm gonna try and go for the mage guy again and hope that I can finish him off.
He was looking pretty wounded. Alright. And with that first swing, how would you like to do it?
I'm not focusing too much on him, so I think I'd probably try to stab him in the throat, and once I'm sure he's going down, I'm going to turn to the other guy.
Perfect. You glimpse him falling off his horse after the first stab with the rapier. But fighting on two fronts appears to not be your speciality, because this guy is able to catch your short sword swing on the thick part of his chest armor, so it just glances off.
All right, that's my turn then.
Alright. Well, unfortunately for you, Stone, guess who's within this guy's not disadvantage range? I'll give you a hint. It's you.
Ooh, that's me!
Ooh, I know this one. It's me. Does a 14 make it through armor?
Nope.
By the hair of your chinny cat chin. So unfortunately, once again, this guy's perhaps the least proficient archer in history. And you appear to have a sixth sense about him. So that you, out of the very corner of your eye, you manage to see him shoot the bolt. But you dodge just out of the way. You can feel the wind of it as it brushes past your face. So now it is Menhir's turn.
Trims one of my whiskers.
Okay, and I should still be within range of the archer guy, and he seems to be an annoying threat. So I'm going to try shooting a firebolt.
Oh, alright. He sees you from the distance casting the firebolt, and he attempts to scramble out of the way. But you manage to just, like, clip his foot as he's diving out of the way. And you hear him howl in pain as
Nice.
he gets singed a little bit.
One-sided tennis match. Okay.
Or it's like a baseball match, pitching him fireballs.
Except every now and then he tries to hit me with something.
Well, you know, he doesn't know how to play baseball. He's just like me. He's like heard about it once or twice. It's like the pitcher throws it to you.
Watched Rookie of the Year once.
So let's see. Now, Mr. Bandit that Stone is still engaged with, he is going to make good on his promise to avenge his buddy. Does a 16 make it through armor class?
A 16 will, finally, yes.
Alright. In that case, he's going to take his sword back and just deal you a ripping 6 damage.
All right.
And we go back up to Elentia.
Alright, well, I am going to move up a little bit on my horse. Well, I'm on my horse. Let's just pretend. There we go. And I've still got my short bow out. But I'm gonna go for this guy that's messing with Stone.
Alrighty. Now, unfortunately, he sees you riding up, and he's able to just dodge out of the way of the arrow that you shot at him.
Okay.
Alright.
Are you adding your dexterity modifier and proficiency to your bow attacks?
I'm not proficient with my bow.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm a rogue. It's not really my top weapon.
Well, now it is Chantal's turn.
Okay. How much movement did we say the horses had? I
I'll say
apologize.
60 feet all on a horse.
Sweet. I can get up. I'm having issues telling which one is the baddie and which one's my friend. I think you're the baddie.
You would be correct.
Cool. I'm gonna try and stab him.
You are quite successful. You managed to hit him right in the tummy area. So a large amount of his blood spills out of his body onto his horse. As he
No, nothing. Keep going.
and he lets out a cough and brings up even more blood. But he appears to still be alive for the moment. Well, now it is Stone's turn. And now it is Stone's turn.
Oh, sorry. So this guy's still in front of me. I still don't like him.
Well, that's kind of rude. He has feelings.
I'm gonna try to circle around. I don't care about his feelings. Get up beside him to take advantage of our superior positioning and stab him. Damn, even with advantage.
Yeah, you're right. Even with advantage, how'd you like to do it?
Oh, okay. So as I slide up next to him, I'd like to just stick the rapier through, assuming he's wearing some sort of armor, through the gap in his armor right under his, right in his armpit.
Perfectly executed.
Literally. And then, oh, perfect. With the remainder of my movement, I'm going to ride screaming over here.
Right. Well, this guy pisses his pants as, in his panic, he takes one, perhaps his last hurrah, as it were. He's going to attempt to hit Chantal, who's moved into his kill zone. And...
No.
See, here's the bad part, Stone, is that if you hadn't moved, he might not have hit you. But as it was, he rolled a 1. And since you're, like, right next to him, almost on his line to hit Chantal, I'm inclined to have it hit you instead. So I'm going to say, in his fumbling for the bow, his form is all off, he's very nervous, his hands are shaking. And he launches a very weak arrow at you. And go ahead and take 1 piercing damage. As he throws his hands up in the air and yells, "I surrender! Don't kill me, please!" And now it is Menhir's turn.
Could I hear him say that?
Make a perception check. He was not being very quiet about it. You do manage to hear the distress in his voice, at least. And you see him with his arms up in the air. He's dropped his bow for the moment.
Okay, I imagine I'd take that as a sign of surrender. So I'm not going to firebolt him, and I'm just going to move up closer. My horse moved closer.
He's a very eager horse. He reads your mind. And now it is Elentia's turn.
Would jumping off the horse count as an action? Like if I were to ride over and jump off my horse?
Here's what I'll do. I will make that an acrobatics check. Let's say if you roll a 12 or higher, it does not cost you an action. If you roll an 11 or lower, it will cost you an action. You're a bit clumsy getting off the horse.
Okay. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna ride my horse over here. God damn it.
This might be like the most up and down session I've ever experienced. It's like, hey, 20, hey, a 1.
So I go to pull off, to jump off the horse and pull my daggers out, and I end up just like rolling on the ground, and I'm just like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
your foot gets caught in the stirrup, and you've now just spent an action to become prone on the ground. I'm gonna say you're now prone, and it will take an action for you to like pick yourself up off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, we're really not doing so good with these horses.
I am a street rat. I've never ridden a horse before, okay? Get off my case.
Street rat.
Oh no, Elentia, please, I don't buy that. Now it's Stone's turn.
Right? Only they look closer.
So now it's Stone's turn.
All right. So, am I close enough to make an attack already? I assume.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet.
You were breaking up there. I didn't catch
You're
it.
within 5 feet. You can make an attack. You spent the last turn running up to
Cool.
him.
All right. I'm gonna stabby stab. No, I'm not.
What? Oh my god. You attempt to hit him with your rapier, but instead, you miss him entirely, and you stab the cart, and it sends like a jolt up your arm.
All right. I can do better with my offhand.
Can you? Will you is the question.
Haha, I will.
Since... Alright. Before I say anything, I'll let you know kind of out of game. Since neither of your first two friends attacked him when they probably could have, would you like to kill him or would you like to knock him unconscious? And also know that I'm prepared to deal with either one.
That is a good point. I think I'd like to use the flat of the short sword and just smack him upside the head, hopefully hard enough to knock him out of the cart onto the ground and stun him.
Alright. I figured I would give you the chance, just because I didn't want to be like, oh, too bad you killed him.
No, I appreciate it. I didn't think of it.
That's fine. So you appear to have turned the lights off when you smacked him with his sword. He's definitely still breathing, but he's bleeding a little bit. He's a little bit on fire. Some of his skin is burned off, and he's just like hyperventilating inside the cart.
All right. I'd like to go ahead and tie him up real quick before he comes to.
I'll say that tying him up requires like 10 feet of rope, or if you just want to use the whole thing so you don't have to cut it, that works as well.
I have that.
All right.
That'll work.
Alright, so he's hog-tied up. You don't see any other ne'er-do-wells in the immediate vicinity. So, for the time being, I'll go ahead and take y'all's out of combat.
I want to look back at everybody. Is everybody okay?
Yep.
Doing good.
Just embarrassed as fuck.
Just need more practice is all.
Maybe, there's a lot of unclaimed horses floating around here right now. Maybe you can keep one. And then we can practice a lot. Every girl wants a pony, right?
No.
Can we try gathering the enemy horses?
Sure. They're just a bit skittish right now, but the woods are a bit thick to either side of the road. They can't go very far. Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Alrighty.
Getting better at this.
You, well, Plains appears to be, like, intentionally shooing him off. Like, yeah, get out of here. Come over here, horse.
I started thinking about getting, horses around it. It's like, I don't want to do this.
It's unsanitary. But luckily, Stone and River seems to be pretty down to earth. He might be, like, half horse himself. So he's able to, like, stroke the muzzle and, like, shush him and calm him down. And you managed to be able to get all the horses just in a group.
I tried to click and drag that horse at exactly the same time that you did to exactly the same spot, and I thought I did it. It's like, oh, I didn't know I'd control that. Wait a minute.
Man, do I have a surprise for you. I also did not make these ones player controlled. And you have to do it individually again. I'm a bit mad about it. I'm gonna have to complain about that some more. That'll solve the problem.
Guys, I think we could become horse merchants now.
To be entirely fair, the horses you came in on are not your horses yet.
Well, yeah, we have to return these, but we can keep those, right? Well, wait, maybe those are stolen too. Damn it.
But hey, they're not stolen as far as you know. They might have used legally obtained horses.
Anybody have any questions for that guy? I point to the tied up guy beside the cart.
You've got some time to discuss it. He appears to still be pretty unconscious.
I think we just need to make sure this is everybody.
Yeah, seriously.
We don't need any more popping up.
Yeah, one more. Oh yeah, we finished. Oh wait, no, there's more of them.
Alright. So you're gonna see if there's any more bad guys in the vicinity?
I think gather all the bodies around so far and check to make sure we have the guy with the great sword and the black and white cape.
Alright. Any particular place you'd like to gather them to? Or just somewhere?
Near the cart. Oh, and put the wheel out, so it's not on fire anymore.
Oh,
Ah, that's a good point.
good thinking. Boop. 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 And you've still got that one guy hogtied. You can, hold on. There you go. I'll give you control of him, and you can move him wherever you like. If you want to keep him there, that's fine. If you want to move him, that's fine. So, you've managed to round up all 5 of the bandits you were pursuing. Any other ones that may or may not have been there? They appear to have run off in the hullabaloo, or they never existed at all. Looking through the bodies, one of them does in fact have a cloak that is white on the left side and black on the right side. And looking around and looking at the wound that he put into Chantal, he was in fact using a greatsword.
Okay, good. We have a leader then,
Yeah,
at least.
The rest of them
Excellent.
just appear to be in like standard streetwear, like the guys in the mine were. Nothing special, just ragtag, like threadbare clothes.
All right, and then I assume the gold is in the cart.
Yeah, there's just a lot of... There's a few barrels in the cart, and there's a small chest in there as well that appears to be locked.
All right. Well, let's wake this guy up and see if he knows of any others. If there's anything else we need to watch out for. And I guess we can take him back to town and let them deal with him.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Fair enough. Let's go. Or question him, then go. Either way.
I'd like to... I assume I have some water on me somewhere. I'd like to splash a little water on his face and smack him a little bit. Just a little.
Alright. You splash some water on his face, you slap him around a little bit, and he kind of wakes up in a shock and attempts to put his hand up, and he says, I surrender, don't kill me! But then he finds his hands are bound, so he's just there, like, whining. Like, please, spare me.
Relax. We're not going to kill you. We are going to turn you into the authorities, though, and I don't know what they're going to do to you. But before we do that, are there any more of you?
No way, man. When they made me, they broke the mold.
Oh Lord.
Maybe we will kill him. Are there any more bandits, aside from the 5 of you here, and all of your friends in the cave?
You found the guys in the cave? Shit. But no, just for the cart, it was just the 5 of us.
And no others anywhere else?
I mean, I don't know. Where's... Gosh. And he looks over to his left like, shit, you got Anderson. He's the guy who told me what to do, I promise, I swear.
Can I roll insight on that to see if I feel like he's telling the truth?
Go for it. Your bloodlust is still a little bit high, so your judgment might be a bit clouded.
All right.
You seem to be more perturbed with how, like, desperately he's begging for his life, as opposed to picking apart the nuance of his, like, facial tics.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints that we need to address with this guy?
Nope.
I think we should be good.
All right. So since he's still tied up, hogtied in the wagon, I think I'd like to make sure he doesn't have any other weapons on him. And pending that, I think we can head back towards town.
Right. You pat him down. You're able to find the quiver of just plain arrows he's been using for a short bow, and you find a pretty decent shaped short bow on the ground from where he dropped it in his surrender.
How many arrows were in that quiver? Is that 20 normally?
Yeah, but he shot a few of them, and he looks like a pretty desperate guy. So I'll say you find 10 still left in the quiver.
Cool. I'll take those, and I'll hang on to the decent-looking short bow as well.
All right.
All right. You sit tight here in the cart. We're not going to kill you, but we are turning you over to the town, so we're just going to head back now.
What's that mean?
I don't know. It depends on the town.
All right, man. I should let you know I'm really fucking scared. Also, you could like untie me and I could walk behind you.
Right. I don't think that's a good idea.
We can untie him and make him fix the cart, though.
Oh, that's right. The cart's broken. Damn it. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a mending spell?
Do I look like a druid?
Yeah, that's not my style either.
So we've got 4 extra horses. Could we load the 4 extra horses with the stuff from the cart?
I think it's barrels, so probably not.
Do the 4 extra horses look like they know how to ride barrels?
No,
What would I roll if I wanted to try and fix the cart?
there really needs to be like a general maintenance skill.
Right. Insight? No.
I think for some of the other like tool proficiencies, you would use for like physical crafty things, they would use sleight of hand. And then if you're proficient with the appropriate tools, you could add your proficiency modifier. And then if it was like a complicated task, you might add another roll to figure out some other aspect of it, like how well you understand it before you try to repair it, and kind of take a summary.
Like a cursory analysis of what the problem is.
Yeah. I mean, you're the DM.
What I'll do
but
is
that's what
I'll have you roll survival, because it seems like the most kind of like basic, down to earth, get your hands dirty skills thing that exists. To see if you can like find the mechanisms that take the wheel off, and then I'll have you roll sleight of hand to see if you can perform those things to get the wheel off. Alright, so at this point, Elentia, you definitely have like figured out the right like bolts to loosen, or the right like stabilizing peg to remove. So you're confident that you are able to get the wheel off.
Okay.
Could we...
And
I was about to say, do we assist her?
you can get in her way if you like, but she just like
Yeah.
it's like a cartoon where she like cracks all of her knuckles out in front of her, and it's like a well-oiled pit crew. It's like takes the spare wheel off of the bottom of the wagon and like puts it back on. And hey presto.
So kind of like
I imagine you step back and wipe your hands.
hell yeah.
Alrighty, so you've now got a perfectly functioning 4-wheeled cart with a bunch of barrels and a small chest tucked inside.
I think it's time to go back to town, boys.
I think it's time to see what's in that chest.
I think the chest was locked. I don't know if we're supposed to break into it.
One of them probably has a key if we search the bodies.
It's true.
We
Did
probably
we
would
not
bring a
search the
locked chest
bodies?
with them.
I can't remember if you said you wanted to search the bodies, or if you were just looking for
I
the
think
guy
we
with the
just
cloak and the
searched
greatsword.
him. Yeah, I think we looked for him, found him, that said okay. We searched the guy we bound up for weapons mainly.
Right. So either way, I'll assume that you now wish to closely inspect the bodies, like turn out the pockets and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll empty everything onto the ground.
Alright. In that case, it appears they kept most of their stuff just on the cart, so it wasn't weighing down their pockets or a small backpack or something. Really, in addition to their, like, terribly holed and spotted weapons, like, the guy's greatsword doesn't appear to be in great shape, especially not after tearing through Bjornolf's elbow. Really, the only thing of value you find is a small iron key, and you managed to find one healing potion that appeared to have gone unused in the skirmish.
Okay, nice.
So we do have a key. I'm willing to open the chest,
Mm-hmm.
but I think we should return the contents to the owner.
And we should definitely check it for traps.
You're practical.
It would be that would we could consider that part of our service. We made sure the chest was not trapped prior to returning it to its rightful owner.
Right.
We can charge extra for that.
I agree.
And also give the healing potion to Elentia.
Well, there you go, Elentia. Now you don't have to buy another healing potion.
Woo woo.
Also, now that you have a healing potion, can you check this chest for traps?
Alright, 1 second. Let me add this shit to my inventory.
Actually, I can do it too. I have Thieves' Tool proficiency.
Oh, perfect.
Would this be investigation to check for traps? Or...
It really depends. If you think the trap is magical in origin, you can go ahead and roll Arcana. Or if you think it's something mechanical, go ahead and roll Investigation.
Probably mechanical.
Maybe it's the blood loss, but it doesn't appear to have any fine mechanical components to it. It seems like it's just an ordinary chest upon first inspection.
Okay.
Can I check it for Arcana since I have
You can
magic
try.
stuff?
So you weave the very fibers of the universe around this one chest, and you discern with 100% certainty there's nothing magical about it.
Okay,
Except
sweet.
for the
And I'll
except for
tell
the
her.
fact that it's locked. I mean, locking is just a form of, like, physics magic.
Okay, well, do you want to open it, or shall I? Or should we try the key first?
You can try that.
Or we could make Scrubs McGee there open it for us.
That is a thought, but we'd have to invite him too. If we have him lay on top of the chest, then can you tell us if there's any traps?
Like, just cover the chest with his body and then try to open it?
Oh yeah, just like have him lay on top of it. So basically, he just becomes a pincushion if there is a trap.
I don't mind this plan. I mean, we already killed all of his friends. We didn't promise we'd bring any of them back alive.
No, this is like a bonus.
Hey, you there, in the wagon. Did they do anything to this chest? Did you guys, your friends there, particularly your mage friend, did he open this or do anything to it?
No, man. As far as I know, the chest's cool. I never saw anybody open it.
Hmm. Maybe it was trapped when they picked it up.
I don't know, man. I was just hired to guard the cart. That's all I know, I swear. Pinky promise.
I mean, we could just skip the whole thing, take it back, and let them know, like, hey, that the chest looks like it's trapped. Be careful. If we don't want to risk whatever might happen.
We've both looked over it. I guess it should be okay to open anyway, if we just want to go for it.
Elentia?
I'm sorry. What?
We're deciding to open the chest or not.
I mean, we don't get to keep anything in it, so what's the point in opening it?
Making sure there's no cool secret things we want to say wasn't here.
I'm superstitious, so I don't care, but I'll open it if you guys want me to.
I could open it too. I haven't taken any hits. Yeah, I'll take the key and I'll open it if no one objects.
I made my opinion known, but I abstained from the vote.
I won't object.
Sounds like you're opening the chest.
Yeah.
Alright. You take the key very cautiously in your hand, insert it into the lock. Nothing special happens. You then turn it clockwise, and nothing happens. You then turn it counterclockwise, and the chest springs open. And what would you like to do?
Is there a dead body inside?
Well, you see that the chest is about 2 feet long by about 1 foot wide. How do I describe this? Jesus. Whatever. It's like 2 feet by 1 foot by about 1 foot deep. So it would be quite a small body.
Oh, okay. What is inside?
You find 2 bars of silver. You find 2 notes. And you find, which I planned out very carefully in advance, you find a small metal die with, instead of a 1 pip, it's a skull. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and skull on the die.
Okay, that interests me right away. Can I look at it?
The die?
The
Go
die?
for it.
Does it look to have any magic around it? Anything
Would you
like
like
that?
roll Arcana to find out?
Yeah.
Would you like
I
to find
would.
out the easy way or the hard way?
Well, start easy, then see what happens.
Oh my god.
What?
You've...
2 in a row.
What is
Witchcraft.
this game? Just scroll
Literally.
down as far as I can.
Don't
I've seen
even
3 critical successes. Man alive.
My screen's a little larger than yours. I
Yep.
have 4. 5 if you count
advantage one.
one of the ones that was like the advantage roll that we didn't use.
Alright. Well, you managed to determine that the die has a permanent enchantment placed on it, such that whenever it's rolled, it will always land on the 4.
Okay, nice.
Can make some money with that. Maybe.
I think so.
But other than that, there's the die. There's 2 notes written on just like crumpled up, weathered parchment, and there's 2 bars of silver in the chest.
Read those notes. Read those notes.
Yeah, take a look at the notes.
All right. In your journals, you should have in just a hot second here. In players' journals, all players. You see one of the notes appears to be a map, like very crudely drawn, like a stick figure status detail. And the other one is a small note that says, "Meet at the Treeside Inn." And all those are in your, the journal tab.
Is that meat with 2 E's or with an E and an A?
Is there like some kind of innuendo check
No, I'm just curious if this is a menu or dark
No,
chocolate.
2 E's. As in, like, meet up at the end.
Oh, okay. It's not quite as exciting.
I mean, once again, it's in your journal. If you'd like to find the answers to questions before asking.
Yeah, I'm liking the comment by Stony Hollow right now.
I'll be honest, it was pretty late when I wrote this, so it was done in a bit of a hurry.
It works, definitely.
Wait, so I may have not been listening. Do any of us know where Treeside Inn is?
Go ahead and make a history check. I don't know, sounds like the name of an inn somewhere.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if they said to meet at the inn, and then we have that other map that's showing meet here with the gold, and they went east from Stony Hollow, I'm gonna go with that being in Honeyheart.
Probably.
It would make sense.
That's
Yeah, that would be logical.
How dare you guys bring logic into this?
So the question is, though, is this note the bandits, or was this note in the chest before the bandits got a hold of it? And also, whatever that magical enchantment you detected on the chest, you did detect something on the chest, right?
no. It was clean.
No, chest
okay.
was completely normal. It was
Okay,
just
got
the dye that was magical.
Gotcha. So, I mean, we can take the chest back and give it to them, and then we can go. I mean, if we wanted to, we could go investigate what the bandits are doing, who they're meeting with.
Go ahead, and anyone who cares to, go ahead and make an insight check. Alright, so, Chantal, the clever little street urchin that you grew up as, you would assume that if the key to a chest is on the corpse of one of the dead bodies, that the chest also belongs to said person.
I mean, it only makes sense, right?
And so there's other gold aside from the stuff that was in the chest in the wagon.
There's still 2 barrels in the wagon. You can take a look of what's in them.
Maybe it'll be more fish.
Would love to take a look in the barrels.
The first barrel you open is full of gold. Gold ore piled up to the top. Just like loose chunks of gold. And the second
All
barrel
right.
contains much of the same. In fact, I dare say it's identical to the first one. Just piled high with gold ore.
Okay. So if the town was only missing gold, then maybe the chest did belong to the bandits. And we probably could get away with keeping the chest.
I think so.
Excellent. Well, do we want to take this back to town then? Drop them off their gold and decide what we want to do from there? Oh, and get paid. Cash
Yeah,
money.
give me that money.
I do hear
Yeah, the only thing to... What?
hear that there is cash fucking money over there in Stony Hollow.
Yes.
Yeah, the only other thing I would consider is they might have a timeline for meeting at Honeyheart. So if we go back to Stony Hollow, they might leave.
Do bandits really have a timetable?
In Adventureland, I would definitely have a very strict timetable.
I mean, we got the cash money on us. Who's gonna wait? Who's not gonna wait around for that?
Yeah, it's a lot of gold to just disappear. Like, there's a lot of things that could have happened that could have slowed them down. So I think they'll wait a little bit.
Like a wagon wheel catching on fire.
Spontaneously.
Very spontaneously.
Okay, so take all these chumps and their stuff back, and then go down and investigate.
Yes.
Agreed. And we can keep the small chest, and we can see about these horses. See if they stole these horses or if they were the bandits' horses. and hopefully we can keep those as well. I'm kind of fond of Debbie now.
I'm gonna, if we didn't already say it, I'm grabbing the chump's cloak as proof. And, besides the sniveling fool that we have with us.
Good idea. And I'm presumably we're taking the wagon and all of that as well.
I fixed the damn wheel. Of course we're taking the wagon.
Yeah, she put her heart and soul on that.
It was glorious. Alright.
Oh,
I'm gonna take everyone's horse out from under him. Take that.
so I guess we ride back to town.
Well,
Triumphant.
alrighty. Let me just group all y'all's up, so we don't accidentally take any of these riffraff. Boop. And copy. And just riding back to Stony Hollow.
Yep, I'd say so.
Perfect. And that... I forgot I have to do this. Roll 20 is not very conducive with some things. Bam. No. There we go. Yay. You ride back into town triumphantly, as as you do. Accidentally got that guy with us. Oh man, what happened there? So you arrive triumphant, back to the road leading north up into Stony Hollow. You've got the wagon. You've got the one guy still tied up, quivering for his life. And you've brought all your horses back, in addition to 4 brand spanking adolescent horses.
All right. I guess we go back to the government building. We don't have to move the whole cavalcade over there, though, if it would be easier.
What I'll just do is...
I think our doppelgangers are also over there.
Oh, yeah, and if we spot them, it'll cause a rift in the time-space continuum, and this will really go off the rails.
Yep.
that's why I miss...
Laura, did you draw this map
Yep.
yourself? I would like to compliment you on the impressive and consistent use of shadow.
Thanks. I disagree with you, but thanks. This is, I gotta say, this is, I think, the favorite map that I've drawn, at least for this campaign so far. But, as you praise that, I just now noticed I didn't put a shadow over by the forge there on the left, and that's gonna bug me for a while.
I just noticed that you had shadows on the crenellations on top of the government
Oh yeah, I
building.
remember that. Oh my god, that was hell, having to, like, select which part of the shadows to do. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Anyway,
Well, God, they're over there.
back to government
Us?
work. Is our friend, what's her name there?
Jacob? Yeah, I'm here.
No, our other friend, the one in the building.
Oh, Arnleaf.
Yeah,
Well, yes, but I was going to ask you a question. Did you want to bring in the simpering weakling in with you? Or did you
I think so.
trust him
Unless
tied up outside?
unless someone thinks we should leave him out.
I think he'll just come in with us.
All right.
Yeah, probably better.
We didn't entrust him to unlock the chest, so why would we leave him alone?
Good point.
Alright. So you drag him in, presumably by his bootstraps. And now, you're all back in the nice, familiar, at this point, Stony Hollow government building.
I go up to Arnleaf. Well, we've cut the wagon. We've got the gold. And here is one of the bandits, the only surviving member of the party, who took the gold.
Oh, wow, so you actually brought proof this time. I'm impressed. That's professionalism, that is. And she turns over to her left. Belvin, go make sure they've got the gold! And he jumps to attention and runs out the door. Whoop. Wow.
Did other than the gold, did the bandits take anything else?
We couldn't really tell. It wasn't our cart that they stole. They brought in an outside cart, filled it up with, whatever they filled it up with, and just headed out of town. We just assumed it was some. We assumed that since the gold mine had just been raided, that they had stockpiled a bunch of gold all up in their cart, and hightailed it out of town.
Interesting. Well, you all can keep the cart. I don't think we have much use for it, but unless any of my companions disagree.
Oh,
Yeah, should need one.
But the horses that the bandits were riding on, would you mind if we held on to those? They'll be rather useful in our travels.
Sure, so long as you give us our horses back, that's fine.
Oh yeah, of course. You can keep your horses and your gold. And the cart, obviously. Just if we can have those horses and some other personal possessions from the cart, I think we'll be fine with that.
All right, whatever. Not our horses, not our problem. Keep them if you want.
And I believe we've just reached the last bit of our transaction here, the final compensation. Since I'm sure Chantal is side-eyeing me right now.
Oh yes.
At this moment, the one she just sent out to inspect the cart. Ma'am, all the gold seems to be in order. All of it's brought back safe and sound. Ah, yes, very good, Baldwin. Eddie's soldier. He just retreats to his bunk. He says, "Well, you seem to have held up your end of the bargain. You still got that note, I assume, for the first transaction."
Yeah, I'm sure I've got that in a pocket.
Perfect. Hold on just a second. To the order of, what's your name, son? And she just looks at Stone and River.
Stone and River.
Stone and River, and she rolls her eyes. The order of 300 gold pieces, and she signs it as well. All right.
All right. So now I've got 2 of those notes worth 300
Yep.
gold.
And there we go. You could take that to the bank over there in Ellensvout. This here is a pretty small town. We don't exactly have a huge treasury down here, so unfortunately, you'll have to go back to the big city at some point if you want to redeem that.
All right. I guess that'll have to do. I'm assuming that in this world, checks are a valid form of currency, and that this is not like the first time anyone's ever handed me a slip of paper with strange words written on it and expects me to accept it as money.
Yeah, I'll assume that at some point. I'll assume that in the world, since it's signed by a government agency, someone in Ellensvout will see that that's a valid form of payment, and you can exchange that for whatever it says on the note. Yeah.
Goods and services.
And she signed
Got
it with a wax seal, so that's how you know it's legit.
Oh, that is legit.
All right. Thank you very much, folks. And then she turns around to this the simpering bandit over here. It's like, what? Wait a minute. What's this doing here?
Whatever you want. He's all yours. I'm gonna start heading for the door.
All right. Would anyone else like to remain inside?
no.
Nope.
Then that
Should be good.
then in
to
that case, Oranleaf just grins ear to ear as you head out the door. Whoop. And I'll just assume that you guys are on the bottom left, and I'll delete the ones up here on the north.
We get to pick new horses.
Let's see. This guy's gone. The cart's gone. Horse is gone. Debbie's gone.
Debbie's
Yeah,
gone.
sorry. Except, not. Alright, that's annoying.
Debbie.
There we go. Alright. So you got...
Anybody want dibs on a particular horse?
Not really, no.
Yeah, any of them are fine.
All right. I'll call this one Hostess. And I assume we got the cart or the chest out of the cart.
Yeah, I'll assume you were probably savvy enough to take that out before they inspected the whole deal. It's not incredibly heavy, so a horse could definitely carry you along with it on its back. There's also nothing incredibly heavy still in there.
Like it's been emptied, or just it
I
wasn't
mean,
heavy to begin?
2 bars of silver and 2 slips of paper and 1 metal die don't really weigh too much.
Okay. Well, I'll Plains. How about you hold on to this then, since you laid claim to the dice anyway, and you were the one to open it.
And you
Yeah, I
also
can do
appear to
that.
be the best one with a horse at the moment.
Right.
Alright.
Well, so it's not cash, obviously. So the map was a lie. It's a check. So we can go back to Ellensdale and cash it to get you guys your money, or we can continue this little journey towards whatever that other town was and get the money later. Especially if we were concerned with the bandits leaving if we waited too long. What do you guys think?
Probably a rest would be good at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's 2 inns in this town. And I think we're heroes here, sort of.
Kind of.
So I'd say let's do that. And that'll probably be about all we've got for the night,
Yeah,
too.
I was just thinking a rest would be the perfect place to take a break.
For sure.
Now, which inn is the good inn? I'd like to ask around town.
Perfect. I mean, there's a blacksmith right to your left. You see a couple of people just wandering around.
I asked the blacksmith which inn's the good one.
Oh, the good inn. Let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a taxi by the tail. If you always let him go, my mama told me to pick the very best one, and you are the one to the south. The one to the south is by far the best inn.
Perfect. He seems like he knows what he's doing. Let's go to the south inn, guys.
It's named the Prancing Horseshoe.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
No problem. In number 1. Bam.
Oh, man, you already had an inn prepared.
I mean, if we want, you could just say you rent a room, like, pass the fuck out. I'm perfectly fine with doing that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that option, and I can kind of explore the inn and talk to the patrons in the morning. But I'd say at this point, I'm beat
Alright,
at least.
That's fine. So we'll say that you find a guard in there who vouches for it. It's like, don't worry, your room's on us, courtesy of saving the gold mine. Yeah, so
Perfect.
each of you get a room as you desire, and just pass out to sleep, as it were. So go ahead. Full hit points back, full spell slots for all you spellcasting types, full class abilities for all you class types, and excellent job.
Thanks. That was good. Saved
Yeah,
a
nice.
mine, caught a wagon.
You got like half paid. That's not bad.
On the way.
Well, you know what's fun? With my second identity feature, I could learn her handwriting and we could maybe make more checks.
Could you learn her wax seal and like carve one?
Maybe.
Did you see Elentia repair that wagon wheel? She could probably carve a fake wax
That is
seal.
true.
Yeah, just find a turret.
Yeah, we're rolling up to a white collar crime.
Now identity theft and forgery.
You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into.
This campaign is just gonna be like catch the robber thing. It's like all crime drama. Zoom in.
Well, no, I had fun. I think it was very good.
Yeah, I liked it.
For
I
sure.
enjoyed it.
So I gotta get off of here and go take care of some stuff. But I'm looking forward to next week
Yeah,
already.
Same.
More character
I
development.
will say though, while everyone's here, on the week of what's 2 weeks from right now, the 30th.
31st.
I'll be here for that one, but the week after I won't be here. So the 7th, I won't be here. I've got a vacation. planned.
Actually, I won't be here the 31st. I'm on vacation.
Alright. Well, that's inopportune. But
I'm so sorry.
don't be sorry for me. You're the ones who won't be here to experience me and my genius, and my amazing personality.
I am marking those down on the calendar.
And I'll probably make a note of it on Discord as well, so we can reference back to it, just in case I forget
Cool.
which day the 31st is. Which, I'll bring this up tomorrow as well, Mr. Stone and River, but I won't be there for that one either. You know, on
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 August
Wednesday.
1st or on the 7th or the 8th. Bleh. Pick
I
a right
may be
date.
here on the 1st. I'm not sure. I know I leave on the 1st sometime, but it's a road trip, so the schedule is a little tiny bit flexible. So I'll
Okay.
make plans with my people I'm tripping with, and then I'll let you know.
Sounds good.
Right. So good job, everybody. Good dungeoning. Good dragoning. And we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Yep.
a quick question. Should we level up?
I'll say
Or not quite yet?
It's coming, though. It's in the books.
Alrighty.
Just a couple more dragons. You'll be right there. You'll be right as rain.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
See you guys next week. For
See ya.
real.
Bye.
Bye.